This strategy made money for 2 years straight in my backtest. Clean equity curve. Positive expectancy. I almost took it live. Then I added one number, half a pip, and the whole thing flipped. Not into a smaller winner. Into a loser. Quick context, so you know I'm not selling you a dream. I've traded for 6 years, stocks, crypto, forex, and lately I build automated bots on MetaTrader 5 with Python. No face, no hype, no signal group. Just the mechanics. If you've ever stared at a beautiful backtest and wondered why real money never matches it, this video is for you. The answer, 9 times out of 10, is cost. Let me prove it with a real strategy of mine, step by step. Here's the strategy. It's a straddle. At a fixed time each day, the bot opens a long and a short on Eurodollar at the same moment. Same instant, both directions. Sounds insane, right? You're guaranteed to be wrong on one side. But that's the point. The stop loss and take profit are asymmetric. The winning leg is set to run further than the losing leg is allowed to bleed. Price picks a direction, one leg gets stopped for a small loss, the other rides for a bigger win. Over many days, if the math is right, the winners outrun the losers. I backtested it on real 5-minute and 15-minute Eurodollar data. Entry at 1400 server time. And on paper, it worked. The gross equity curve went up and to the right. Positive expectancy per trade. This is the exact moment where most people stop testing and click live. And that word, gross, is the trap. Because a gross backtest is a fantasy. It's what the strategy earns in a world with no broker, no spread, no slippage. That world does not exist. So let's leave it. Here's what a naive backtest quietly ignores. When you buy, you don't get the mid price, you pay the ask. When you sell, you don't get the mid, you receive the bid. The gap between them is the spread. On Eurodollar it's small, call it half a pip. That's the number from the intro. Half a pip sounds like nothing. But watch what it does to this strategy specifically. The straddle opens 2 positions every single day. 2 entries, 2 exits, you pay that spread 4 times per cycle. Now multiply that across every trading day in the backtest. And here's the part that matters. This strategy's edge per trade was thin. In terms of R, that's risk multiples, your reward measured against what you risked, the gross edge was small and positive. Once I subtracted realistic spread cost, also measured in R, the number crossed 0. It went negative. Same strategy. Same logic. Same data. The only thing I changed was telling the truth about cost, and the 1400 version died. Positive gross, negative net. If I'd gone live off that pretty gross curve, I'd have paid the broker to run my winning system. Write this down, a thin edge isn't automatically a bad edge, but it is a fragile one. It survives on paper and dies on costs. So the question stopped being, is this profitable, and became, is there any version of this that survives the spread? First move, the entry time. 1400 wasn't sacred, I just picked it. So I asked where the edge actually lived, and tested other hours. Moving the entry to 1700 server time put the bot into a different volatility regime, and the raw edge there held up better against cost. Second move, a volatility filter. I put an ATR, average true range, on the 15-minute time frame, a simple rolling average, and set a threshold around 9 pips. The rule, if volatility is below that line, the bot does not trade that day. Dead, rangy days are where a straddle bleeds out on both legs. So we just don't play them. The result after costs? Positive. But barely. Roughly 1/10 of an R per day, net. That is not a Lamborghini. That is a thin, boring, real edge that survives the spread. And I'll take boring and real over beautiful and fake every single day. One more honesty test before I trust any of this, walk forward. Instead of tuning the strategy on all the data and admiring the result, you optimize on one chunk, then test on the next chunk it's never seen, and you roll that forward across the whole history. I ran 6 windows. 5 came back positive out of sample. 1 didn't. And I want you to notice I just told you it wasn't 6 out of 6. Because a thin edge is not perfect, and anyone showing you a flawless curve is either lucky, lying, or hasn't subtracted their costs yet. So here's the whole video in one line. Your backtest's job is not to make you feel good. Its job is to try to kill your strategy, before the market does. And the cheapest, fastest assassin you can hand it is realistic cost. Spread, slippage, a real fill. If your edge can't survive those, it was never an edge. It was a graph. 3 things to take with you. 1. Model your costs in R, and subtract them before you get excited, not after you've lost money. 2. When a strategy dies on cost, don't just dump it, go hunt for the regime where a real edge might survive. Time of day, volatility filters, session. 3. Validate walk forward, on data the strategy has never seen, and be suspicious of anything that looks perfect. If that saved you from one bad live button, subscribe. This whole channel is the mechanics nobody shows you. No hype, no gurus. Next video, I take that same straddle bot and put it on a live VPS, and show you the account setting that silently breaks it. See you there. Quick note, this is education, not financial advice. I'm sharing my own testing and results, not telling you what to trade. And this video uses an AI-generated voice.
Saw the sun in the distance, looked like a burning coin. Saw the sun in the distance, looked like a burning coin. Lord, I don't need no preacher, just that dust roll.